C100 in studio right now. Leighton Meester.
Hey.
What is going on?
What's going on?
See, it's always crazy when we have, like, you know, the crossover to music artists from TV and movies and stuff. It's like, I've seen you on the TV and I've seen you on the... How are you?
I'm really good. How are you?
Forget about me. It's all about you, girl.
Oh, God.
We know you from Gossip Girl. We know you from... I didn't know you were on Entourage for a couple years, too.
Mm-hmm.
I looked that up.
Yeah.
And Wikipedia, I learned so much about you from Wikipedia. Have you read about yourself on Wikipedia?
I haven't, but I can tell you right now it's probably not true.
Okay. The one part on there that was absolutely just like, I didn't know. And if you don't want to talk about this at all, you can just like throw things at me. I had no idea that your parents, that you come from a parental background that is almost Australian in nature. Your parents were a bit of law, non-abiding people way back in the day. Is that true?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
So
that's true.
And when your mom gave birth to you, she actually was let out of jail for a while so she could give birth to you, and then actually had to go back to jail.
That's true. Maybe Wikipedia has a point.
It just is. I had no idea. I'm like, wow. And you've like, I don't want to say overcome the struggle, but just to see you now and all that you've accomplished.
Well, that was all before I was born.
Sure,
it's
absolutely.
But yeah, no, it's not like the most perfect, pretty past. But yeah, it's all good now.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You've been acting and you did modeling when you were younger. Mm-hmm. And how do you make the transition into music?
I've been singing ever since I could talk, and I've been writing since I was about 16 years old, and then I started making music more seriously about 4 years ago, and then I ended up signing with my label, and then it became this whole thing, and now my song's coming out, and
absolutely,
it's very exciting.
Let me tell you about your song real quick. The single is called Somebody to Love, and because Robin Thicke, I don't know if you two hung out when he was helping you.
He's perfect.
Yeah?
I can't even believe that he's on the song. He's so amazing. How beautiful is his voice?
Is he not a pimp too? I mean, the guy's married, but you'd never know that. The man's like a pimp, and it's just like the coolest dude ever.
I don't know. I just think it's like crazy, and whatever he did on it is like so different, and he's like a sweet bird.
A sweet bird? I've never heard anybody referred to as a sweet bird.
And a pimp, as you said.
Of course, yeah. No, the man is like the smoothest white guy to walk the planet. Mm-hmm. He just is. He's I'm Robin Thicke, and I will make your life magic. Hey, let's do this track right now. Let's do it. And so you hung out. I mean, did you two like share meals together or anything besides being in the studio?
Oh, gosh. No. You know what happened? I recorded the song here in Brooklyn, and he, I guess, was out in LA, and he heard the song. He sang a little bit on it, and then when I heard it, I was like, his voice is so smooth, and I wanted him to do a whole verse, so he ended up doing that, and now the rest is history.
I always have this whole thing that I think, like, you know, when there's two people on a song, you two are like in the studio together and you're sharing a microphone, but that almost never happens. That hasn't happened since We Are the World in like 1985. No one shares a microphone. It's all done independently. You're emailing stuff back and forth. There are emails flying.
But we're shooting the video this weekend together. So.
Well, that's good. That would be really sad if you had to shoot the video. Like, there's like a green screen and there's like this like halo of green around you, and Robin Thicke is standing behind you. That's good. Cobra Starship. They were in here and they told me the story about how that song came together. They were actually completely against Good Girls Go Bad. They were just like, no, it's not a Cobra song, blah, blah, blah. And then somebody said...
Now it's the Cobra song.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's the only song people know from them. And then somebody came and said, hey, listen, we got Leighton Meester to do the track with you. And they're like, okay. So you completely turned their head on doing the track, and it became like a signature Cobra song for them.
Yeah. I mean, that whole thing was so awesome and so fun and really funny how it all came about, because I guess that Gabe was a Gossip Girl fan. So that's lucky. And then we ended up just like vibing out in the studio, and now it's pretty hot.
How much of that song is actually you? Do you have 5 best friends you go clubbing with? Does any girl have 5 best friends?
I mean, I don't know, 5 gay best friends.
Nice. So you roll with a 5 gay crew. You got 5, and you go shopping together, and then go.
Yeah. I mean, I think that song speaks a lot more than you even think it does, because it's pretty poppy, but it really is true. It's like, you know, girls want to get the bad guy and go a little crazy.
And how many times have you been burned by doing that?
I usually do the burning.
Oh, okay, so it's you on the other side. Have you ever broken up with a guy, and like, has he started crying on the phone? You do it via phone, via text, in person? The last couple times you had to break up?
Usually it's on the phone, but I'm really bad at confrontation. Like, I'm not a fighter.
Wow. So you just like, you feel really horrible
it's
about it.
It's actually like a really bad thing about my personality.
That's
I have to tell you.
Is it because you get bored with these dudes after a while? You'll meet somebody and they look really interesting, and then a couple dates later you're like,
That's kind of what Somebody to Love is about, actually, because on the surface, like, the lyrics of the song are more about, like, my life, and it's crazy, and I run around, and I'm doing all these crazy things, and then I can't really find anybody that I love. Like, people, like, men will love me, people, who knows. And my mom always told me, like, you know, what's it more important, somebody to love you or you to love somebody? And she, of course, thinks anybody would love me. She's my mom.
yes.
But it's kind of about that. And also, I like to joke that it's like, you know, I always get confused with love and sex, like what is real and what is that really. So the song could also be like about my inability to get any.
I find that very hard to believe. I find that really hard to believe at all. Is it the kind of thing where you need like an emotional connection to the person who you might want to hook up with, or is it just like...
No.
Okay, so it's just like, I've had a couple drinks, you look very attractive. Do guys fall for you where you hook up with them, they're like, oh, they want your number, they want a relationship afterwards, and you're like, no?
No, I mean, guys don't usually want relationships, and that's okay. But I haven't really been in that position in a really long time, because I go, you know, to work every day, and all the people that I see I work with every day, so it gets boring.
I want to hear you break up with somebody. Let's pretend, just close your eyes, imagine I'm not this fat, overweight mess who could never get with you.
Oh, God.
And I'll take off my wedding band real quick. Hold on one second.
Oh, God, he's really taking it off. Don't do that.
Hold on, wait, listen.
That was really hard.
Okay, now, that's gone. Close your eyes real quick, okay? Now, I'm some dude, we had 3 dates, but it's not working out, okay? I'm that guy, okay? All right, and I'm pretending we're on the phone. Yeah, girl, I'm just wondering when I can see you again. And then you say, because you're breaking up with me.
Oh, I would have just not called you.
Oh. Perfect. We're talking to Leighton Meester. The brand new single is called Someone to Love. She's a heartbreaker, man. I had no idea about Leighton. I just had no idea. This girl is serious. You know what you want. You know exactly how you're going to live your life, and you're not going to let anybody stand in your way. And you're not going to be nice to anybody for no apparent reason. It's all about just getting it done.
True.
And that's awesome. You're so honest.
Wow.
We need more people like this. You don't BS, and that's perfect.
You say it better than I do, for sure.
Well, that's because you feel bad saying it, but it's the truth.
That's what you just gathered from this interview.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Wow.
You're just no nonsense. There's no fluff. It's all just straight. This is like when you go to Subway and they actually give you meat and not a lot of lettuce. A lot of times in relationships, you'll get just a pile of lettuce and just one little strand of meat. But you're just, you're the good sandwich.
It's like a salad.
Absolutely. And you don't want a salad. You want a sandwich. Leighton Meester, thank you so much for coming by C100. This has been the best interview I've done in a while. I've learned so much about you.
Thank you so much for having me. Anytime.